How y'all doing? How y'all doing on this beautiful Thursday? Hey Wanda, hey Sandra, hey y'all, hey Angie, hey y'all, hey to all my number one fans. I love y'all. Happy Thursday. Hey Angie, hey Queens, hey Kings, hey people all over the world. Hey people from everywhere. How y'all doing? Hey to my TikTok fans. Hey Chris, Chrissy. hmm Hey Miss Rita. So how y'all doing today? I hope y'all had a blessed Wednesday. Cause I did. It's a blessing. Hey Pumpkin. It's a blessing to wake up every day. And it's a blessing to see another day. How about that? Hmm. I'm good. Blessing, highly favor. To God be the glory. Hey TikTok fans. Yo, why I put in so much of work. I ain't gonna lie. And I touched so many people's lives. Yesterday I was on the phone. I'm not gonna call her name right now because she's not on my live. And she called me and she said, Ann, I just want to let you know. She said, I just want to say thank you. She said, because you draw me closer to God. I said, Lord, thank you. She said, I said, if my child could do it, I love her, I could do it. You know, I'm her adopted daughter. She called me her daughter. And her and I had a conversation. And she said, my testimony drawed her closer to Jehovah. So I say this to say, good thing I'm not looking for validation from people, because a lot of people don't realize it take a lot of courage for you to stand up for what's right. It take a lot of courage to put your personal business out there. Hey, Queens, to put your personal business out there and let people know the real about life and the real about the things you've been through in life. And I be seeing a lot of people, like when I post stuff, I be seeing a lot of people that's getting a lot of views and a lot of likes and stuff like that. And at one time, that used to bother me because I used to be like, damn, why are so many people, right, support? I used to say, why so many people be hating on me? And all I'm doing is trying to reach people so they could, change their life and so they won't make the same mistakes I made in my life. All I'm trying to do is direct somebody pay. Thank you, Queen. And all I want to do is make somebody's life, better. If I can come on social media and talk about my life and talk about the stuff that I endured and the stuff that I overcome and the stuff that I'm still going through or the stuff that I done been through, if I can give courage to somebody else, and they could think about the things that I've been through in my life, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm not worrying about the people that don't like me, the people that envious me. I'm not worrying about none of that. All I'm worrying about is making it in when I expire on this earth. And all I'm worrying about is making a difference in somebody else's life. Whether they like me or not, that's my purpose for coming on social media. I come a long way, and I'm not going to let nobody take me from where I come from. If y'all can understand what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? And to be honest with y'all, a lot of things I don't know. Like I monetize on a lot of, hey Shawan, hey Queen, I monetize on YouTube. I haven't got a payment yet. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't have nobody to help me. So I don't know. They said my name on the tax form and my other name don't match. I don't know what they talking about because I sent them my copies of my driving license and everything. I'm not getting paid on TikTok. I don't know how to get paid on TikTok. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep on sharing, my story, and maybe eventually I get the right people in my life to show me, how everything works. And on Facebook, to be honest, I'm not getting paid on no social media platforms Right now, I'm not really often to worrying about that. When the time comes to present itself for me to get paid, Dina and Ruff, how y'all doing, Queens and King? When the time comes, it's gonna happen in His time, not my time. You know, I don't rely on YouTube and social media. I don't rely on the money that I can be making. I don't know how to do it. I just wait till somebody help me. And right now, I don't have that type of help. Hey, Lily. But in the meantime, I'm still going to deliver. Hey, Josh, I'm still going to deliver the words, and I'm still going to deliver and be the person that God created me to be, whether they like me or not. So, y'all, on yesterday, the topic for the day, we talking about. I decided to talk about the they had a woman, a young woman on my page on yesterday, and she was on my YouTube channel. Oh, okay. She was on my YouTube channel, right? And she was telling me that her son was almost was unalive by the police in Atlanta. And she said he's now paralyzed. So I don't know if she on my, my page now, because I don't see her right now. But yesterday, she was saying his name was Mario Clark. And she said, go look it up. So that's what I want to talk about today, because I was beaten by Jefferson Parish Police, me and my husband. Um, and it's a lot be going on with police is all over the world. And I looked at the video because she said it was fine. I didn't want to put his name on my YouTube channel because I got her permission to go look it up, but I didn't get her permission to put his name on my YouTube channel, put it on any social media platforms. So I just went on and said that I'm going to talk about the young man that was almost unalive in Atlanta, and he got, pium pium by the police officers. Now, I went and looked it up, and I saw the part where, first of all, let me back up. Y'all, mental health is real. A lot of people is mentally messed up. And when I say mentally messed up, just because you're looking at the outer appearance of a person, don't mean that they can't be mentally messed up. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Being mentally messed up meaning you could be mentally abused. You could have been mentally abused. You could have been physically abused. Abuse come in all kinds of ways. And just because people on the outside looking in, looking at the outer appearance, don't mean that that person is not mentally messed up. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. A lot of us is mentally scarred. And I'm not perfect, but I do know I got some mental issues going on with me. And I'm just strong enough to accept the good with the bad, but it's a lot inside of me that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. Cause sometimes when I talk to y'all about certain things, hey Tanae, hey Darren, that I might be saying your name wrong, but you know what I'm trying to say. Um, I I be talking to a lot of y'all, and some of y'all, when I explain certain things, you can hear the hurt inside of me. You can hear when I get on a certain subject, you can hear in my tone of my verse that I'm scarred and wounded inside in a lot of ways. When I get on a certain subject, it be a touchy. Hey now, hey Queens, hey Shower, hey Dina. It be a touchy situation. Now, each and every one of us got stuff that we deal with mentally. And I know some of y'all gonna say, um, y'all not. But some of y'all in denial. Some of y'all in y'all mind, y'all just believe in y'all mind that y'all just got it all mapped out. And y'all don't. Y'all don't. Y'all might not admit that you got certain things hey Broadway, hey Queen, that you got certain things that you deal with mentally, even if you've been in a bad marriage. Hey Terry, hey cousin, even if you've been in a bad relationship, even if you've been in, molested or anything tragic ever had, or you lost somebody, your mom or your dad or whatever, it could cause you to have mental problems. And a lot of people don't look at life like that. And I say, when I went and watched the video of this young man who was almost unalive by the police in Atlanta, his name is Mario Clark. And he had, I think in June, him and his father got into it. And they had a shootout. Him and his father had a shootout. And I think some kind of way they realized that he had a mental problem. Now, the only problem I had with that, with a lot of police officers and a lot of people around the world, okay, we got a lot of people that's walking around with mental problems. No matter what way you look at them, you on the outside looking in, but you don't really know how many people that's walking around with mental problems. Now, I'm saying that to say, all right, I feel like they should, when they at the academy, the police academy, they should do something to where if a person is mentally messed up, I think it should be on the record. And I think that they should have certain certain classes that they take up before they hurt a person with mental issues. Because a lot of people with mental issues then been unalive by police officers, by other people, and all the while this person have a mental problem. What I really can't understand about life is that what I really can't understand about life is that if people is a threat to society, why would they allow a person that then unalive or a threat to themselves or will harm somebody else or harm themselves, why would they let them out of the mental institution? If you know a person is a threat to society or a threat to themselves, why allow them to come back out to society? I'm just saying. I've been trying to figure that out for decades. If I know a person, let me see, it took me over 50 years to accept that I need therapists. So I'm with you, Queen. Thank you, Tony. So it's a lot of us that's mentally scarred. And another thing I said, how is it that football players, basketball players, all these people who not risking their life, I'm not going to say that, because football players have bad head injuries. Because my son used to play football and he used to complain about his head hurting all the time. And he might have had a slight concussion a couple of times. So playing football is very dangerous too. Now, I don't think nobody job is more dangerous than a police officer, a firefighter, and I think firefighters, police officers, and people, marshals, and all those people, and people that's like in the military, I believe those people shouldn't want for nothing when it come down to material things in their life. They put their life on the line for everyday people that don't even show them love, don't even show them respect, and they getting the less money. They getting paid. They getting underpaid. If people risking their life and risking their freedom for other people, why they getting underpaid? I feel like them people should be qualified for whatever the state have to give. It should be free housing, and it should be a lot of things, because They put their life on the line every day for us, for everyday people. They put their life on the line for people that don't really even like them. And all you got to do is throw a football or bounce a basketball, and you getting paid millions of dollars when we got people that's literally risking their freedom, risking their life, and they being underpaid. So I really, really want to speak about the police issue with the young man, is because the young man had mental issues. The young man and his father. Oh, you're Army veterans too? See, that's what I'm saying. Tony, the young man had mental issues. Him and his father got into it because I watched the whole video. Then I watched the other video about him and his dad. So his dad told him he didn't want him to bring a pium in his house. And for some apparent reason, him and his dad got into it, and him and his dad had a shootout. Now you got to be mentally unbalanced to get into a shootout with your own father. So that's when they realized that he had mental issues, right? So for what I can understand, he went to jail and he got out, right? So when they let him out of jail, something happened and he got into it with the police. Now the video that I saw, he was running, and he was running, looked like he was in the woods or something like that, but it was an open field. And when he was running, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna be on here and lie and say I saw him with a pium. I did not see him with a pium. All I saw him with an object. He turned around and he pointed toward the police car. That's what I saw. And the police grabbed his weapon and was pium. Hey Gigi, hey Queen, hey Brandon, hey Shower. He was pointing his pium directly from his window. He was piuming directly from his window. And I was like, oh my God. So the guy started running and the guy was hiding behind the trees. And when the guy was hiding behind the trees, I couldn't see him no more. But the police is at this time, it was back up and they kept on pium. They kept on like, at the young man. So I saw the police pull out or AR-15 or whatever it was. He pulled out a big old long, weapon or whatever. So I said that to say, they said that. And then the police, I saw him drop his weapon. And it was a lot of stuff that I was trying to put the puzzles together because I really didn't understand. But if they know this guy had mental issues, why did they let him back out on the streets again right after? Because let me see, one of the incidents happened March the 19th, 2021, right? And the other incident happened April 18th, 2021. So you mean to tell me it was March that happened with his dad, and then something else happened in January. Wait, it was January, then it was March, and then April. Hey, Donna, hey, Titi. So the incident that happened in March, why didn't they get this young man some help then? See what I'm saying? Hey, they would have got him some help when that happened with him and his father, he wasn't no wind up. And another thing, let me back up. Y'all know he paralyzed. So that means they hit him from the back. But what I was looking at, how did they get to hit him from the back when he was facing them? I'm just saying the mental health issues is that why is it that after the incident with him and the pium with his father, why they didn't get him some type of help? That's all I'm saying. Because I feel like A lot of people in the world need help. A lot of people right now need help. A lot of people get anxieties. A lot of people have breakdown with gas going up, rent going up. A lot of people that lost their house. A lot of people that lost their jobs. So a lot of people have mental problems. And some people don't want to admit to it, but some people are stronger than others. I believe if it was any one of y'all, some of y'all are say everything that I deal with, somebody will say, damn, if I was Ann, I don't know if I can deal with that. But let me tell y'all this. I couldn't do it by myself. If there was no God in my life, it's no way possible I could have been as strong as I am. Because the enemy come in your mind and he play tricks in your mind. He tell you to do stuff and he make you feel like you unworthy, and he make you feel like nobody love you, everybody against you. But if you don't overcome and be strong enough to overcome those thoughts, that's when the enemy got you. So I thank God that I overcome the thoughts that be coming to my mind, because the thoughts come into your mind and tell you things like, oh, so you're going to let somebody just lay there and they did what they did to you, and now they walking around and they smiling and they happy and they doing all this. The enemy come to unalive, destroy. That's what he come to do. He come to destroy us in our mind, in our spirit, in our soul. But if I wasn't strong enough, and if I don't keep on staying on the path that I'm on, that's when let me slow down. If you allow him to come in your mind, because like it said, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. But if he can get like a pimp, a pimp will get in your mind. And once the pimp get in your head, you know what a pimp do to a woman? Y'all know what a pimp do to a woman. Everything. Whatever he could do to make you feel good, to make you want him again. That's how he manipulate. That's how the enemy is. The enemy is just like a pimp. The enemy gonna come in and he gonna make you feel good. He gonna make everything he say gonna sound good. Especially if you're a woman that's vulnerable. A pimp could get, nowadays, if a pimp come along, with all the women right now that's vulnerable, that's in their feelings about life, about things that's happening, y'all being pimp and don't even know it. I'm just saying. I don't want you to know, and I'm not. If you've been giving a man money and he been running game on you and been lying to you, leading you to believe that y'all gonna be together and you a side chick, he pimping you. And you don't want to see it that way. You don't want to see it that way. If a man got a woman, if a man got a wife, and you giving him money, you the side chick, you the side a-hole. I'm going to say that. I'm just saying. You want me to be real with y'all? A lie to y'all. If you the side chick, and he tell you, well, babe, I need a couple of dollars and you know, I need this. You don't know if he need a couple of dollars to take care of his household with him and his wife. Clock that tea. Hey, Thursday girl. I'm just saying. A lot of y'all be around here talking about, oh, I ain't no H, I ain't a. So if you ain't never slept with a man for money, or ain't never slept with a man for a Louis bag, or for a name brand bag, or some shoes, or get your rent paid, your light bill paid, your car note paid, your whatever, you was ill. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If you know a man got another woman and you the side chick, and he come to you and you in love with him, even though he got another woman, you in love with him. And if you give that man anything, How you don't know if he ain't taking your money again to his wife? I'm just saying. He could tell you anything because that's what a pimp does. A pimp gonna tell you what he feel like you want to hear. He gonna make you feel like you want to feel. Flock that tea. That's what a pimp does. Y'all forgot, some of y'all forgot I told y'all my daddy was a pimp. My daddy had 6 women living in the house with him. And me and my sister took it upon ourselves and was asking them why they give my daddy all their money. They go out there and do their little dirt and come back and give my daddy all their money. They don't keep a dime for themselves. So y'all think I don't know about the pimps and the AO out there? I do. I do. I do. But a lot of y'all women, a lot of us, like, I'm not going to be on nobody's platform on social media and say I have never done for my husband. I ain't going to say I have never done something for a man. I done bought a man shoes and they done walked out of my life with the same shoes. I done bought him cologne. I done bought him clothes. Yeah, I did that in some. I done been a fool, but I ain't going to never be a damn fool. And none of the men that I was with had another woman that I know of. Because if you had another woman that I know of, you're not getting a damn dime out of me. Not nothing. But a lot of women that say, well, I ain't never bought a man nothing, and I don't buy men. And you could tell that to the people some of the time, but you can't tell that to the people all of the time. I'm just saying, if you're a side chick, or if you're a side dude, and you the side dude and she got a husband or she got an old man, and you give her money, true chance the one of man gonna get some of that, or his wife gonna get some of that, or you paying their bills. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Got to be more careful. But it is what it is. We live and learn. We live and learn. So the reason why I came on here today, I wanted to talk about the young man that almost was unalive. And yesterday, when I was on my YouTube channel, his mother was on here. And I asked everybody to pray for him. I prayed for him. And guess what? My team on here, I call y'all my team, my sisters, my queens on here, the kings on here, all us, the ones who prayed for him. I don't exactly know what's going on with our son, but I ain't gonna tell y'all where to lie. He is a handsome young man. To say that he is mentally messed up, if you look at him, he is a handsome young man. I think she said he was in Piedmont in the hospital, right? Because he was shot, pum by a police officer. I don't know the whole story. I just, when she said we can go look it up, I went and looked it up, and they show you about the pum. They show you that. They show you that with him and the police officer, and they show you that with him and his father and the pum, and they going at it and stuff like that. And I say, oh my God, he's such a handsome young man. He's 31 years old, but he mentally messed up. And I say that to say, how many people then lost their lives because they didn't get the proper help that they need. All of us got somebody in our family that's mentally messed up. And I'm not going to tell you a word of lie. I'm one of the ones that got some screws missing too. All my screws not there, but I know how to deal with life. And I thank God for allowing him. I thank God for coming into my life. Because without him in my life and being a part of my life, there's no way possible I could deal with the stuff that I've been dealing with on a day-to-day basis. I say, you know what? I be all on TikTok. I got all these followers all on TikTok, all on YouTube, all on Facebook, and all that kind of stuff there. And I noticed that people rather go and listen to all the confusion, all the, like mocking and making fun of people and all that kind of stuff there, than to come over here and listen to the wisdom that I give. They rather listen to something else than to listen to something that's gonna save their soul. Hey Irene, hey cousin. I don't know if I was once that person, but I know I am not. I am not that person anymore. The older you get, the wiser you should get. To know better is to do better. And I think if a lot of y'all got a lot of mental issues within yourself, I think y'all should pray harder. I think y'all should draw closer. I think y'all should stop being in denial and realize that we all got some mental issues, and stop being in denial about your mental issues, because we all have been scarred in some type of way. Y'all might be in denial. Y'all might be saying, oh, not me. I ain't never been scarred. I ain't never. The devil is a lie. We all then been through something, some kind of way. And I thank God that I can take accountability for a lot of stuff that I've been through in my life, because I cried a many days and a many nights. And I cried out to Jehovah. And I thank God that he reached out and put his hands on me, and he still got his hands on me. Somebody right now, they're not there yet. And a lot of people running from people like me that transition and change their life. They got a lot of people in the world rather for me to be the old person that I was than to be the new person that God created me to be. And I didn't get here by accident. I chose this. I chose to give my life to him. I chose to change my life, because at the end of the day, this is the good life for me. I ain't got to look over my shoulder. I ain't got to go without. When you live for Jehovah and you trying to do the right thing, or you doing the right thing, nothing but good gonna come out of this whole situation. Nothing but good. That's why I'm not worrying about the people that's not here, because the people that's not here, they're gonna be like, I remember I was on other people's page, and they barely had people on their page too. And then all of a sudden God showed up and showed out. It's called favor. When God give you favor, when you have favor over your life, favor is more than money. Thank y'all for the lights. Favor is greater than money. And I'm going to keep on doing what he want me to do, whether the people like it or not. Whether I get one person, two person, three person, it don't matter. The only thing that matters in my life is that I did the right thing today. And every day I wake up, thank you. Every day I wake up, I get the opportunity to deliver the message. And the message is today, mental health. If you know you dealing with something mentally, just draw closer to Jehovah. That's the only way I was able to get over my situation. Just think about my life. When you think about something that you might be going through, think about me. And I've been through so much in my life, from the abuse, from the being molested at 14, from the physical, mentally abuse, from the being married and being deceived, from, it's just so much. I could go on and on and on. But I got to say, without me drawing closer to to God, ain't no way possible I can deal with, the things, the H, the I, and the V. And it was a point in my life where I was saying, you know, I used to say, Lord, I used to question him and say, I mean, I used to say, what's next? Now I don't say that no more because there is no what's next. But a lot of time I cried and I cried and I cried and I cried out. And I used to say, why me? And then I heard the verse say, because I chose you and I will put no more on you than you can bear. And then I heard the verse say, you crying and whining about what they did to you. Look at what they did to me. So, to my sisters and my brothers, whenever you crying and you thinking about your mom, or you thinking about your children, you're thinking about somebody that wrong you in the wrong way, you thinking about how I'm gonna pay my bills, how I'm gonna get ahead, how I'm gonna do this. Think about everything that they did to Jehovah. And just know that weeping do for a night, but joy come in the morning. The life that was given to us, not the life that we chose. But the flip side to that at the end of the day, he ain't gonna put no more on you than you can bear. No more on you than you can bear. What I don't want y'all to do is don't give up. I ain't never been no quitter. Now, did I cry? Yeah, I cried. When my husband did what he did to me, I loved that man. Yeah, I cried. But my strength came from him. I had some good guys in my life. Hey, cousin. I had some good guys in my life. I was young and I didn't know no better. He said, forgive them because they know not what they do. But now to know better is to do better. Hey, Karen. And I thank God that I'm doing better. I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me. I don't want no sympathy. The empathy is fine. I don't want nobody. I want y'all to sympathize, empathize. I don't want y'all no sympathy, if I'm saying that right. And everything I went through, if I wouldn't have went through the things that I went through, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. Thank you, Queen Didi. I wouldn't be where I am right now. And y'all don't have a clue. Sometimes I be wanting to just scream in a good way. But it's so emotionally to talk about it. That's when you could tell somebody is telling the truth when they get emotion. I can sit on here and tell y'all my life story over and over again. And it's some things that I never even uttered to nobody that I live with every day. And I know it's some things about some of y'all that y'all want to disclose, but y'all can't because y'all ashamed of how your mama treated you. You're ashamed of how your daddy treated you. You're ashamed of how people treated you. You're ashamed of how the world look at you. But at the same time, I'm to the point, y'all, I don't care no more. I don't care how other people feel about me. They don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. I do know that I am a warrior. And thank you, Queen. And a warrior is somebody that so much can happen to them and they still won't break. That's what make me know that I am a warrior. Because so much that happened to me in my life. And a lot of people don't believe this. But let me tell y'all, stuff happens in our life because we have generational curses upon some of our life. If you go back and you seek, you're going to find out some stuff that happened to you, happened before you even much was born. I'm sorry, Queen. You're going to realize that stuff didn't happen before you even was conceived. And so much didn't happen in our family way before the end of time, way before I was even born. And if you think about and you look at things, if you just do sit down, talk with your family members that's been here for 80, and if they just sit down and tell us the truth about life, you wouldn't have to wonder or figure out why all this happened to me, or why this happened to my son, why this happened to my daughter, why this happened to our generation. Because it's a generational curse. The curse been upon the family before you even enter the world. But nobody never told you. Nobody never told you that your daddy was a molester. Nobody never told you that your mama was a a-hole. Nobody never told you that you had the jackers and you had the robber. Nobody never told you that all this stuff that's going on in your family was before the ends of time. People done done it in your family and you don't know where it come from because nobody never admitted to being wrong in the family. Nobody never sit down and say, well, grandma used to do this and grandma used to do this. Because back then, before we was born, whatever goes on in this house stays in this house. So nobody never told you that Papa touched the granddaughter. Nobody never told you that Daddy touched all his daughters. Nobody never told you that Papa touched the boys as well as he touched the girls. Nobody never said that. Because they all, Tony, are in denial. They got some sisters on here that their daddy didn't touch each and every one of them. And I know them. But it ain't my place. Right. It ain't my place. But they daddy didn't touch each and every one of them. And they still love their daddy to death. And I'm just saying, what about the hidden secrets that's in the family? And you sitting back and you got a whole new family. You and your children. And you wondering why you lost 2 of your children, or you wondering why you lost your mama, your dad. Damn, the whole family is deceased, and you wondering why this happened in your family because they had family secrets. And the curse has been on the family. Right, Tony. It's a lot of stuff that I be saying. And then some stuff you be wanting to say. But if you say it, the family gonna look at you some kind of way. Why is you telling family business? Or it's family business, but you wounded, you scarred, and you dealing with it, and you don't want to tell nobody because the whole family gonna look at you some kind of way because they're ashamed of the family. It's sad. And it's sad to say that us as women, when you hear about a father had them molested all his daughters, and then you go to looking at and you be saying, you know what? I'm to the point where I be feeling like no child shouldn't even sit on her daddy lap. And it's sad to say that we have to feel that way. Because I know a family member that was sitting on somebody's lap, and all the while she a little girl sitting on a man's lap, and he using his fingers to penetrate her, and she don't know no better. I'm just saying, we deal with that every day. that in denial in families, the family secrets, and you wondering why the son is a pum. You wonder why the son doing what he doing out there in the street, because his daddy was like that, the daddy was like that, the papa was like that, and now you wondering why he like that. Because it's in the genes, it's in the bloodline. Do y'all not know if you got a person that's a predator in your family, and somebody that had a child for a predator, you gotta ask Jehovah to cover that child with the blood, because that same bloodline then been passed down. So it's 2 chances to 1. If that child don't be covered with the blood, and you don't ask God to not to allow your sins to fall on your generation, that child gonna have that same bloodline, got the same bloodline, and gonna be a replicate of that other person. I'm just saying, when you do stuff, that's why I tell a lot of us women that's out here in the world, if you're a woman and you got daughters, I'm going to say this, y'all. I don't like women that mess with married men. I do not like women to mess with married men. I don't like it, but a lot of you women, I didn't hear women say, I don't want mess with nobody but a married man, because one thing about it, if I mess with a married man, I ain't got to worry about him. He going home to his wife. But a lot of people don't look at life like, whatever energy you put out, whatever you do unto others, just know that it's going to be done unto you. Hey, to Angela, you're a woman. So if your sins don't hit you, most likely your sins going to fall upon your children or your children's children. That's why I be telling a lot of y'all, watch what y'all do to other people, because it's going to be done right back to you. And it's sad to say a lot of y'all parents got a lot of hidden agendas. A lot of stuff is going on in a lot of our families, and people going to their grave with the family secrets. Come on, somebody. So you young girl out there, young boy that's out there, you wondering why this happening to me, why I'm going through what I'm going through, why men always abusing me, why this I can't find a good girlfriend, a good wife. You know why men always abusing you, baby? It don't have nothing to do with you, sweetheart. It have a lot to do with your daddy. Your daddy was abusive to women. And he the same Negro that say, ain't nobody better not never play with my daughter. So since he didn't play with other people's daughters, his sins then fell up on you. So to a lot of y'all men out there thinking y'all getting away from AMAs to y'all only getting by. What you do unto somebody else's daughter, what you do unto somebody else's daughter, it shall be done to yours. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Whatever you do. Hey, Queen, I was just talking about you. Whatever you do to somebody else, it might not seem like you getting it back right now, but I bet your bottom dollar, whatever you did to somebody else's daughter, and you got daughters, oh man, come on, somebody, you got to get that back. So to the queens out there, sweetheart, it ain't got nothing to do with y'all. It ain't got nothing to do with you. And you trying to figure out, well, damn, I'm a good wife. I got a good job. Not a good wife. I'm a good woman. I got a good job. I cook, I clean. I do everything. Some of y'all is wife material. But because of what your dad did to other women, I'm telling y'all, our sins fall upon our children. It's cold, but it's fair. It's cold, but it's fair. This life. It's life. That's why I told God, I talked to God like I'm talking to y'all. I said, Lord, please don't allow my sins to fall upon my children. That's what I said. No, I don't want my sins to fall on my children, neither my children. Let me pay for my own sins. Oh, well, if I have to be in a wheelchair, oh, well, there you go. It is what it is. If I had to get contracted with HIV, oh, well, there it is. I'm going to just take my L. It is what it is. So y'all that's out there thinking y'all getting away, the women and the men thinking y'all getting away, man, y'all only getting by. Thank y'all, queens. I told y'all, I tell y'all all the time, my dad was a pimp. I saw my dad with 6 women in the house. My daddy told me, and I'm going to say exactly what my daddy told me, and I don't care if nobody don't like it. He said what he said to me, and I couldn't understand it, and I was mad with him, and I held the grudge against my daddy for a long time. My daddy said, if you ain't going to do nothing with it down there, give it to me, and I'll show you what to do with it. My daddy said that. Man, I couldn't understand it. And I ain't talked to him, and I was angry and mad at him for the longest. Thank you, Queen. Because I felt like, in other words, what he was saying is, if you ain't gonna do nothing with it, and then after he said what he said, I thought about it when I started being with men for their little money and all that kind of stuff. That it was the same difference. I wasn't literally saying I was on the street, but sleeping with a man for money, for immaterial things, you was an L. Whether you want to look at it or not, I'm not cussing, but y'all know what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't have to be walking on the street to be an a-hole. So that means I was an a-hole. And a lot of y'all too. A lot of y'all women might not consider yourself as being a a-hole. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all don't consider, but if you sleeping with a man to pay your rent, to pay your light bill, to pay your car note, to pay, buy your Louis bag, buy you some shoes, buy you whatever you want. If you're going on a date with a man and you sleep with him because that's the things you want him to buy, you are an a-hole. I'm just saying. Y'all don't look at it like that, huh? But y'all yet and still call a young girl that's walking on the street with all her butt out and all that and walking up and down the street and going to sleep with them and getting their little money or whatever they're getting. It's the same difference. They might be getting less money than you, but you getting money, but you looking at them, talking about them. Yeah, oh, you sleeping with them and this and that. So you consider yourself better than them, but you're doing the same shit that they doing. Come on, somebody. I'm just saying. But if you want to feel better, if you want to make yourself feel better, oh well, you can make yourself feel better if that's what you want to do. But from me to you, you ain't no better than them. I was one. So what give me the right to talk about the young women that's walking up and down? But the only difference between me and them is I had more pride. I'm not gonna walk up and down, and I'm not gonna be one of the ones that have all my body out. I'm gonna say I was an undercover one, like a lot of y'all. And some of y'all just going around just sleeping, just to say I slept with him. Because y'all got an ego problem. Well, I slept with her man. Well, I slept with her. Some of y'all just see men and be like, oh, I just won't sleep with him. For what? Just to say you slept with him? And men do the same thing. They got men a-hole and they got women a-hole. Men turn tricks just like women. You don't think men be sizing women up? Oh, yeah, she got a good job. She drive a nice car. She got a little money. They listen to what you have. And at the end of the day, they going to the highest bidder. Come on, man. You think you lost your man because she look better than you, or she make more, or she make more than you. That's what I want to say. She make more than you. That's why he went over there. Ain't that he love her? He went over there for stability. That's all I'm saying, Gigi. That's all he did. He still loved where he was, but he went over there. He was tied in between what he wanted and what he needed. So that's what he want, but that's what he need. I'm just saying. Get somebody else to do it if you don't want to listen to me. Been there, done that. I'm just saying. We got a lot of men and women in situations like that right now. Let me go over there for benefits. I know somebody who was sleeping with somebody husband. She was sleeping with somebody's husband, but didn't know you sleeping with the enemy. Because once the husband got the money, the wife got the money, and now the wife is living good. Clock that too. I'm just saying. And I ain't the one of God's behind there. Clock that too. I'm just saying. See, some of the other women, they thinking, oh, in their mind, yeah, I got him, girl, and all that kind of stuff there. And you see them, and the other one be all in her feelings, crying 40 days and 40 nights and all that kind of stuff there. But guess what? All the while, girl, you sleeping with the enemy, because the wife gonna get the last laugh. I'm just saying. But see, what y'all missing the point about me being in a wheelchair is I told God that I ain't want no part of that life. But if the man who I was married to, if he wasn't in that life, guess what? God would have made it where I still would have been with him. But guess what? In the midst of me going through what I went through and wind up in the hospital in the coma and all that, God said, I'm still not going to allow you to go back. Clock that to you. I'm just saying. While people out there thinking they took something from you. Ain't nobody could take what's yours. Ain't nobody can't take what's mine. You can believe that. Ain't nobody could take what's mine. But I had then already had a conversation with Jehovah and say, I don't want no part of that. And whether it hurt me or not, that's the way it had to go. I'm just saying. God said, you say you ain't want no part of that, so I ain't going to even send you back that way. I'm going to pull you away from that way. And I'm going to do everything that's necessary to keep you away from that way. But in their mind, girl, please. I know my work. I know who I am. Don't make me tell it all. I know who I am. If I really wanted to be there, I'm just saying. If I really want to be there, to a lot of y'all, if I really want to be there, I'm just saying. You, me, and he. I'm just saying. So a lot of y'all women out there, y'all be thinking y'all took something and y'all got something, and a lot of y'all got men in y'all house. Like one of my fans said, y'all just got company. I'm just saying, you just got company. You just putting up a facade, want the people to know you still got a man and you still got a woman and all that kind of stuff, but y'all not happy within yourself. Ain't it funny how when let me say something to a lot of y'all. Ain't it funny how people do you wrong, and when you no, this happened to even if somebody ain't did you wrong. You ever be watching TV, or you might go somewhere and somebody remind you of somebody you used to be with? Girl, just know that a lot of y'all who've been hurt and y'all ain't with y'all spouse, just know that in their house, you are being reminded of in a lot of ways. Got to be more careful. I'm just saying. Don't ever think you ain't being reminded of. That part right there. Don't ever think they don't be watching in a wheelchair just run across the TV. Clock that TV. So a lot of people that some of y'all be worrying about, y'all ain't even got to worry about them. How about that? Be happy with yourself. Let them do what they doing and you do what you're doing. And you don't even realize that you're more happy than the ones that's in marriage and relationship. I'm just saying. You'll look at their life and be like, well, God damn, I'm glad I'm not with him. I'm glad I'm not with her. But when it's time for them to come outside, they playing house. They acting like it's all good and they all happy and this and that. Girl, if you can be a roach in the house, if you could be a fly on the wall, you wouldn't trade your life for their life at all. Got to be more careful. Hey, bad. I'm just saying. So y'all, today, um, we was talking about mental health, and I was talking about my fan that's on here on YouTube, y'all. Um, I can't pronounce your name. I think it's Tisha. Tisha, is that how you pronounce your name? But anyway, y'all, on YouTube, her son is Mario Cloak. For the ones yesterday, um, I gave y'all his name yesterday. His name is Mario Cloak. He was pum by Atlanta police officer, whatever. So I was telling him earlier that I was saying about the mental health because I watched the whole video with your son, and I was saying that why did they let your son out after the incident with him and his father? Because I felt like if they would have kept him and he would have got the help that he really need, that situation wouldn't have never happened. And I really didn't want to post your son's name on my YouTube channel or Tasha. I really didn't want to post your son's name on my YouTube channel without your permission. Once you said yesterday that when you give me the name and you say his name was Mario Clo, you gave me the permission to speak about him. So I went on there and I saw I saw the shooting with him and his dad, his father, and I saw the shooting with him and the police officer. And I saw a few things that I really, really didn't understand, that I really, really didn't like. I saw a few things, and when I was reading the article, I didn't understand how he get pum in his back. I was trying to understand how they hit him from the back when he was facing them, because they was chasing him, and when he got by the tree, I didn't see him anymore. So I was trying to figure out how did he get pum in his back. That's what I was trying to understand. It's a lot of things that I don't understand, because I understand but I don't understand. I just feel like they should have got him help. He should have got help once. And your son is a very nice looking young man too. I just feel like once that happened with him and his dad, they should have had got him some type of help. They showed on the body cam of the cop. They showed how he put the helicopter. Wow, I know they said they put him in a helicopter and brought him to the hospital, but I saw the police officer put his gun down on the ground, and I saw the police officer had like an AR-15 or something like that. But I said that to say, I just feel like he should have never been out after he got into the incident with him and his daddy. I just feel like the police in whatever city it is, they need to do more with police. They need to have more academies where they teach them how to deal with a person that have mental issues. And we was just not talking about that before you came on the live. It's a lot of people that's dealing with mental issues. It's a lot of people that's depressed, a lot of people that's going through a lot of stuff right now, and they're scared to admit to it. That's why so much going on in the world with a lot of people, and a lot of people ain't as strong as me, because somebody else said that Viney was on live again yesterday, and they said she was crying. And I'm like, a lot of people, this the problem. A lot of people don't want to surrender. A lot of people, the world will make you think you're a punk if you change your life. When you talk about Jehovah, you talk about God, the world make you think that you jive because you change your life. 2 a.m. in the morning. So exactly, they let the daddy bail him out. Wait, so you mean to tell me after him and the daddy had the pum at each other, they at each other, They let the daddy bail him out. Wow. In Newman, Georgia. So you mean to tell me him and his daddy got into it? Y'all, I'm talking to Tasha. Tasha's on YouTube. That's why some of y'all need to be on my YouTube channel instead of on TikTok, because we on my YouTube channel as well. Tasha said that the when the daddy and the son had they they was at it, and it was the son approached the daddy, or the daddy approached him with the pum pum, and they was pum pumming at each other, right? And the son went to jail, and they already know the son had a mental problem. Why would they allow his daddy to bail him out instead of just sending him to get some type of help? So they let him out, and then he get into it with the cops. A month later, I think, when he get into it with the cops, now he's paralyzed because the cops pum him in his back. I'm just saying that would have never happened with him and the cop had they would have just left him in there and sent him to a mental hospital to get some type of help, and he wouldn't be paralyzed right now. He probably wouldn't even wind up in a wheelchair, and the cops wouldn't have had the opportunity. What if they would have unalived him? Because how that cop would shoot, how he was pum-pumming at your child, he could have took his life. And at the end of the day, when I look at it, I was like, wow, I hear the cop, he breathing, he's scared. But at the same time, the daddy claimed he was scared of him. If the daddy was scared, he couldn't have been too scared. Why you didn't leave him in jail? If you know your son need help, I would have talked to the district attorney. I would have said, hey, I want my son out of jail or whatever, but please get him some help. Let him go get the help he need. But bailing him out of jail, that child could have lost his life. And he don't even look like that type of child. So whatever he was dealing with mentally, at the end of the day, he really needed help. Right, that's what I said. Why would you go and bail somebody out of jail if you're so scared of them? If he was scared of your son, why would he go and bail him out of jail? I watched the whole video. I watched the video from when him and the daddy was pum-pumming at each other. The daddy, no, let me see. I saw the daddy hiding, or whoever it was hiding behind the car or whatever. And I saw the daddy hiding or whatever. But the daddy said he took the pum-pum from him because he didn't want him to have it in his house. So if you were scared of him and he had a pum-pum in your house, why would you take it up on yourself and go to the jailhouse and bind him out of jail? That didn't make sense right there. And then when I looked at how scared the police was, the police, he emptied his gun on him. I was like, now they know this child have a mental problem. But thank God that he's still here. But from the body cam that I saw, thank God that your child is still here. And thank God that God still have his hands on him. It's just people need to understand that mental health is real. Yeah. Oh, the daddy. Oh, wow. He a Jamaican? Wow. So, mental health, if y'all know somebody in your family and somebody is dealing with stuff, and you got a young lady, she always depressed, she don't want to go nowhere, she don't want to do nothing with herself because somebody then did something to her or whatever, y'all need to start having that conversation. If y'all got children let me say something. A lot of young kids that be in depression moods, like they be depressed because the mom and the dad are not together. They might want the mom and the daddy together, and they don't understand why the mom and the dad are not together or whatever. Y'all need to sit down and be real with those children. Y'all need to stop running from the problem and make a solution, because a lot of kids are destroyed. A lot of kids are angry, and you know what? The anger, when they get older, they turn their anger toward the wrong people. Us as parents that love our children, and at the end of the day, a lot of us then been single parents and did everything we could possibly do for our children, but they be wanting, us mothers, they be wanting that father love for some reason. No matter what happened, he can beat your butt and did all kind of things to you as a mother. They still want to be a part of their father life. For some reason, that's why at the end of the day, y'all don't waste your time by talking about the absent parent. Because no matter what you say, you're going to be the villain. You talk about the one who ain't ever, if you say, he ain't never did nothing for you, no way. Girl, please don't say that. If you say, he around, if you say anything negative, the absent parent, they're going to act like you didn't say the worst thing in the world. So the best thing to do is be neutral and let them find out for themselves. Because some young adults, some young children, no matter what you say, they don't believe, oh, you just mad. You just mad because my daddy with somebody else. You just jealous and you mad because my daddy ain't, and it ain't none of that. But in their mind, they think of you feeling some type of way because he left you or she left you when it ain't even like that. So you know what we need to do? We need to drink water like I'm doing and just mind our business when it comes down to certain situations. And guess what? Even if you don't say nothing negative toward the absent parent or the absent father or mother or whatever, you still gonna get backlash. Hey Kiki, you still gonna get backlash like you the bad guy. And I'm just saying, because I be trying to figure out some shit, y'all. I be saying, well, damn. I be thinking I didn't, did all this and did all that, and I risked my freedom and I did all that. And so your children, that shit don't even, ain't nobody told you to do that. And you go to thinking, well, God damn, it's a fine time for you to say that. But that's how they feel. Ain't nobody put a pum to our head and made us. We felt like our children are a reflection of us. When we step out, we want them to step out. We wearing this and we wearing that, and we want them to wear the same thing. But at the same time, they don't give a damn. I'm just saying. Because we those parents out here, when we go outside, we want our children to look good because we don't want nobody to talk about our children. But our children don't give a damn about us. I'm just saying. I love you more, Janice and Angie. I'm just saying. We got to weigh our options out. We got to still love them. But if they won't love us from a distance, oh, well, it is what it is. But for us stressing and losing your mind because your child is not being the child that they should be, why? And kids do not ask to be born. It is parents' responsibility to take care of them. Hold up, wait a minute. First of all, kids didn't ask to be born. Second of all, it is our responsibility to take care of them until they get to a certain age. So I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the extra. I'm talking about the stuff that, and listen, our job is, you heard what you said, right? To take care of them. It's not our job to get stuff that they don't need. You get it? Our job is to supply their needs. So that don't mean we have to do extra. So I want you to remember exactly what you said. Because one day, if you ain't already a parent, you got to practice what you preach. And when you say stuff out your mouth, you got to remember exactly what you said. Yeah, it is our job. And no, some kids ain't asked to come here. And how you don't know if something happened and somebody was forced to have a child? I'm just saying. How you don't know if somebody was forced to have a child? So you got to watch what you say out your mouth, sister girl, whoever you is. I don't know who you is because your name don't appear, so I don't know if it's a fake page or whatever. But watch what you say. Right string, wrong yo-yo over here. Got to be more careful when you come at me because I know children ain't asked to come here because I took care of my children. But I'm talking about the older and young adults. And yeah, a lot of us took our children and we did what we were supposed to do as parents. But we ain't got to do extra. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mario was 27 when he was paralyzed. Oh, wow. He 31 now, right? Yeah. Oh, he was 27, and when I became paralyzed, I was 28. Wow. So he been in a wheelchair. What going on? 3 years? 27, 28, 29, 30. Going on 4 years, I think. Huh? Wow, that's all right. I've been good. So everybody, my daughter have always picked her dad over me. One of who never did nothing. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying, Janice? See what I'm saying? And Janice lost 2 of her children. I'm just saying. That's why I don't get caught up in, negativity. I don't get caught up. People, we agree to disagree. But one thing nobody can't say, if somebody wanted to do a background check on me and the stuff that I did for me, thank you, Queen, I did for me, for my children, 5 years. What I did for my children, I did it from the heart. The extra stuff I did, I don't regret it, but no parent deserved to be mistreated when they went over and beyond for their kids. I'm just saying, clock that T. No parent deserved to be disrespected because you ain't asked to come here. I ain't asked to come here either, but I'm here. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. On YouTube, Janice, Tasha said her condolence to you losing your children. So don't be trying to come for me, Miss Thing, because at the end of the day, no children didn't ask to come here. I ain't asked to come here, but I'm here. And it is what it is. And life goes on. And guess what? I ain't never felt like my mama owed me nothing. So she did what she did. What she didn't want to do, she didn't do. It is what it is. I'm just saying, Tracy. So we agree to disagree. So a lot of children didn't ask to come here, but they here. And then some parents, they do what they do. Some children don't get nothing. Some children, they buy them just what they need and they don't get no extras. We go out our way to make sure they're good. Then they give you their butt to kiss. They do, Demetrius. That's what they do. A lot of parents dealing with that. But guess what? If we wouldn't be going through that, the Bible wouldn't be. The Bible says that. It tells us that. So why not just prepare yourself for life? It's called life. So at the end of the day, I don't sweat the small stuff. Because I know coming up as a young girl, I know I had a flip mouth. And I got bad in my mouth and all that kind of stuff there. So when my daughter started being flipped with me, and now they don't get flipped with me no more because I don't give them the opportunity to get flipped with me no more. But at the same time, the same thing I dished out, I got that right back. So I ain't going to be around here crying with, my trend do this and do that. And I did the same thing. So just remember the energy that y'all put out for y'all young parents, you're going to get that back. That little girl that's talking back, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's being disrespectful, that you let stay up all night on the tablet, on the cell phone, and all that kind of stuff there. Just know that you're going to get that back. That's why when we was coming up, they said children should be seen and not heard. Because certain things they swept under the rug, and we ain't hear about it. A lot of things y'all doing, don't get it twisted. A lot of things y'all doing now, they was doing then, but they had more respect for themselves then. It was doing then, but y'all going over and beyond. A lot of things y'all say, a lot of like y'all in the openings, the things that y'all do on the internet and how y'all show a lot of stuff, we would be ashamed of ourselves. We couldn't even come outside because we'll get ridiculed when I was coming up. You better not come outside. You better, nobody better not hear that you was the nasty girl in the neighborhood because everybody gonna talk about you. So if I wanted to be in the hallway with boys, I had to sneak in the hallway and don't let everybody know about it. Or the whole neighborhood and everybody was gonna be calling me a slut, a little hot ass, little fast tail ass girl. You have to be very, very sneaky with the things we was doing when we was coming up. So the things that a lot of y'all do, like a lot of y'all youngsters, y'all don't want nobody to tell you nothing. Because I remember somebody said, I said, well, get a baby water. Baby had the little hiccups. They said don't give them no water. Water ain't good for them. I said, water not good for them. Oh, well, that's what my doctor said. I said, well, how old your doctor is? Oh, she about 23. Oh, wow. 23-year-old doctor. Probably ain't got no children. But she said, don't get a baby no water. So the little thrash that they get in their mouth on their tongue, if they got the thrash, the water will clear the thrash up. And I bet y'all young parents don't know. They say take their pissy diapers and wipe their tongue off too. And some of y'all say, I ain't doing that. That's nasty. Well, that's what they told us, and that's what they taught us. And I bet you some of y'all don't know about the cloth diapers with the little thing you put over the diaper with the safety pins. Y'all don't know about that, huh? I don't think so. Yeah, I was born in 66 too. So a lot of y'all don't know about that, huh? We not only mothers going through happiness all over the world. We just bold enough to talk about it. That part right there. That part right there. That's right. They should have brought him to the hospital to get some help. That's what Angel said too. But they don't know nothing about that. They don't know about the diapers, right? They don't know about the diapers that we had to wash on hand, or we had to wash them at the end of the day and reuse them. All they know about the throwaway diapers and all that kind of stuff there. So our life was totally different from a lot of y'all's. And we still here while y'all still trying to talk about us. The rubber pants, yeah. They don't know nothing about that. They don't know about the powder. All they know about is certain things, because at the end of the day, to be honest, your life is easier than what ours was. Yeah, the bird eye diapers. Your life is easier than what type of life we had. Yo, I don't understand. Like when it's night outside, I be seeing little children be walking outside and be going to the store. I saw a little 5-year-old, 6-year-old. She couldn't have been no more than 5 or 6-year-old get off the school bus and walk home by herself. I said, I know you lying. How is it possible that y'all let a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old walk home by themselves? My nerves would be so bad because there's so much going on in the world right now. I can understand if the bus right in front of my door and she get off the bus and she come right inside and I got the door open. But you mean to tell me y'all letting little girls and little boys walk the street around the corner 2-3 blocks by themselves? Y'all got to make it make sense. Get somebody else to do it. Get somebody, because I'm not doing it. Thank y'all for the 15,000 like on TikTok. Y'all got to get somebody else to do it. I can't. I don't understand it. I don't understand how y'all could. That's not safe at all, Shelby. But I done saw a couple of children get off the school bus, and I was at the stop sign, and the little girl couldn't have been no more than 5, 6 years old. And I said, well, and I'm looking around because I'm trying to figure out where her parents at. And then I passed the stop sign, and because I'm nosy, and I'm like, well, damn, the little girl is crossing the street by herself. Y'all parents got to stop. I understand some of y'all saying, well, and I got to work. If I don't go to work, I ain't going to be able to pay the bills. And I don't have nobody. I get off at a certain time. Okay. But at the end of the day, do you not know how dangerous that is? That is so dangerous. But you're damn if you do, and you're damn if you don't. I get it. But Lord, cover our babies out there. because we got babies raising babies. We got young adults think they know what they, oh, I know, don't tell me what to do. My baby, that ain't what the doctor said. And I'd be like, well, damn, it's not like I didn't raise 4 children. I'm not going to tell you nothing wrong. But sometimes we just got to keep our opinion to ourselves because they don't want to hear our opinion. But back to the topic at hand. A lot of us need, hey, Pam, mental health. And somebody was saying some people shouldn't bring their business to the internet. Let me tell y'all, some people don't want to hear your problems. But I'm going to talk about me for a second. The internet has been therapy for me. They might say, oh, well, you can go and sit and talk to a therapist and all that kind of stuff there. I ain't going to lie. Sharing my story, getting it off my chest to people made me feel so good. You know why? Especially to the people who lied on me. And y'all know who y'all are. To y'all that lied and said I was a bully. To y'all that got on the stand and lied. To y'all that try to make me look like the villain. I thank God that I had an opportunity to share my story with the world. Because the people who was on the jury stand, they did what they did, even though they didn't make the right decision. But I'm okay with that. That's between them and Jehovah. But for the people who know what they did, to get the opportunity to be on social media and listen to me tell what they did, and they know deep down inside they lied on me, that's their karma. They got to deal with that. Ain't nothing like a person telling the truth and other people in their mind, well, that ain't what I heard. I heard she was a bully. I heard she did this, and I heard she was picking with somebody, and I heard somebody had a restraining order on her, and all that was lies. I never was a bully to her. I never was picking with her. And I never was notorious. So everything, this picture that they painted me to be, this such a bad person. If they never had the internet, I would have never got the opportunity to share my story around the world to the people that thought that I was this bad, notorious woman. And if I am so bad, like somebody else would have did, if I'm so bad and I'm such a bad person, why I never showed him? I never showed her. I never showed them. But I ain't gonna say they don't do the internet, because they do. I done went on TikTok a lot of time and somebody then post them and post her singing to him and all that, and I saw all that. So to y'all, that ain't being messy. I'm just saying, if you know you did something to a woman and you damn near destroyed her life, and now y'all on there just, and you singing and all that, you entitled to do whatever you want. But y'all know I be all over the internet. And y'all know 2 chances to 1 I was going to see it. So what that is, and I mean, that's just being what? Because it's a such thing on social media that you can block certain things so a person won't see it. But y'all wanted me to see that, right? And I did. And did it bother me? No. At one time, it probably would have. And I probably would have been, trying to see what's under the rock, and I probably would have been crying in my feelings. That's what y'all wanted me to do, be in my feelings, right? But it's been 31 years, Miss Thing, and I'm over that. So you sang it to him, and y'all throwing shade where I could see him and her and all that kind of stuff there. Y'all got to come a little better than that. It's been 31 years and y'all still with the bullshit. If a lot of y'all women, y'all got somebody else spouse, or in your mind, you took him from her, you took her from him or whatever, that's how y'all thinking y'all delusional mind. So if you so secure, why y'all feel the need that y'all need to prove a point? Because it been 31 years, y'all been holding it down. He been incarcerated for 12 years, came back out, wind up, y'all, So why try to prove a point and try to hurt me? You can't do no more to me than what you already did. I'm just saying. Y'all can't do no more harm to me than what you already did. I'm still here. Jehovah still got me here. So why are y'all still trying to prove a point? Let me post this so she can see this. And not one time somebody said, you want me to post their picture. You want the world to know. That's why I be telling y'all got to watch what y'all do to people, because other people is watching. And they say, oh, well, they want that. That's how they want. And I say, you know what? I'm good. Long as I let people know that I'm good, I'm good. So, but I say that to let y'all know, all y'all on social media, the mess and the confusion and the people and the things that people still doing in 2026. And this happened in 1995. I didn't block people so I won't see certain things, because at the end of the day, I'm still a human being, even though I'm not in love with them. I love them as a person because they're still my children daddy, but in love with them, nah, it ain't even that type of time. So I block other people, and here I'm strolling and I see this on somebody's page, but they follow me. So if they follow me, they, oh yeah, take this picture. Oh, because I'm going to post it where she can see it. Okay, I saw it. Now what? And she's singing to him and all that kind of stuff there and all that. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, I just strolled, and the person who posted, I blocked him. Because you was being messy. You was being petty. But when you see me, you smiling, grinning in my face when you're not with them. But when you with them, you act like, man, you got beef when you know we don't. But I block you because you're not going to play two ends in the middle. You either speak to me or you don't. And when you did that, that's a wrap. It's a wrap. I could see how if I be around here picking, I could see if I be around here starting mess and confusion and doing, little petty, little messy things or whatever. But since they say I'm messy, why I never post her? Why I never post him again? Why I never post all of them who did what they did? Because all of them on social media. I'm just saying. And how long I've been talking about this, not one person ever came on my page and said she telling a darn lie. Because they can't say that. They can't say that. Because I'm going to make them look bad. That's when everything will come out. Since y'all poking the bell, that's when I have the right just to tell everything. Thank you. Thank you, Elroy. So, and y'all could keep on with the shenanigans and keep on like trying to throw little darts and all that kind of stuff. I'm not bothered by that anymore. I'm trying to live my life, tell my story, and move on. Can y'all just move on with y'all life and stop being bothered by me? For some apparent reason, y'all is bothered. Y'all showing a sign of insecurity. Somebody is showing a sign of insecurity. So that let a lot of y'all women out there know that a woman is with your spouse and she thinks she took him. But deep down inside, she's still bothered about you. Girl, they still threatened by you. And you weren't about them and they weren't about you. That ain't the case with me. I am so over. But I'm just letting y'all know that they got people that do that. I'm just having my little fun, enjoying myself on TikTok. And I'm just, I'm looking at the little videos and I'm hee ha and ha, and then I go to the video right there and I'm laughing at that. Then I go and I be like, well, I know you, because that's the type of shit they be doing, In the name of Jesus, that's the type of shit that they do. Because at the end of the day, it's sad. It is so sad. It's sad when at the end of the day, you don't know your worth. I know who I am and I know whose I am. So the little stuff that people be doing today, that shit don't even bother me no more. That's why I say a lot of people have mental issues. No matter what they look like on the outside, they still have mental issues. And I ain't gonna lie to you, Tasha, your son is so handsome. And guess what? You would never, never think he was dealing with something mentally. You would never think that. I'm going to constantly pray for your son. I tossed and turned, and then when I woke up out of my sleep, I prayed for him, and I thought about him when I went to sleep, and when I woke up, I thought about him and you again, and then I looked at the video again, and I was like, Lord, have mercy. I just don't like the fact that, it was like they really, honestly, really, really tried to take his life. They really did. It just wasn't his time, but they really, really tried to take your child away from him. And God left him here. And I know it was painful for me. I watched it for a little while, but I couldn't watch the whole thing because it was painful to really watch. It was painful for me to watch it. So I can imagine how you feel. But at the end of the day, no matter what happened, no matter what happened with his daddy and you or whatever, don't ever give up on your child. Keep on praying, and God allow him to be here. And if I ever get the chance, when he, come out the hospital or whatever, I would love to meet him and give him some word of encouragement. But because he's dealing with a lot of stuff mentally, sins of the father. I was just talking about that, Tasha. I was just talking about that before you came on here. I was just talking about that. I was talking about the generational curse. I was talking about things that, like me, when I was out there, Tasha, and I was living my life and I was doing all kind of stuff, jacking and doing all kind of stuff to men and doing all kind of stuff to get money and doing all kind of stuff. As I got older, when I got closer to Jehovah and I started getting closer to the word, I talked to Jehovah and I say, Lord, I say, please don't allow my sins to fall upon my children. And people don't know that sins of the father and the mother fall upon our children, sons and daughters. And a lot of people out there, they might not tell you, your mama might not tell you the things she did in her days. And you wondering why you going through what you going through. It's some stuff that your mama or your daddy did. And a lot of people don't know. Every time children being born in the family, somebody coming and somebody going. You could have somebody on his side to leave or somebody on her side to leave, but somebody coming and somebody going. That's why every time somebody get pregnant in the family, I be saying, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. I say, Lord, please don't allow nothing to happen to none of my children, none of my close relatives that I love. Because I do know that when somebody's pregnant in the family, somebody leaving in some form of fashion. Somebody leaving out of this. Somebody coming and somebody going. His father let one of the Jamaican most wanted talk to my son. Oh, wow. Wow. Them Jamaicans ain't that nice, right? Girl, Tasha, how you get hooked up with a Jamaican? I ain't gonna lie, I was messing with one of them, but they ain't that nice. I ain't lying, Tasha. I don't know how you get one of them. They carry that weight when it comes out of that money, but they ain't nothing nice. His name was Cedric. Wait, his name was Cedric Murray. Look him up. The police unalive him. I know you lying. I'm gonna look him up too. Wow. Cedric, he was one of the most wanted. Oh wow. I'm sure we're gonna look him up, y'all. Go look up. When I get off of here, I'm gonna look up Cedric Murray. Wow. And he was one of the ones talking to your son. I ain't gonna lie. I know the Jamaican that I was dealing with when I was a young girl, and he lived in Miami. When I tell you, they bought that money, but they ain't nobody to play with. They ain't nothing nice. They ain't nothing nice. Mm-mm. I thank God that I got away from that situation too, because I really, really liked him too. I'm just saying. Oh, nickname Doogie. Mm-hmm. Cedric Margaret. All right. So y'all, a lot of us, to be honest, a lot of us is mental evil. Huh? I can imagine. A lot of us is mentally messed up. So if we got stuff that we dealing with mentally, just imagine, our children and the stuff that they deal with mentally. And I just one of the ones is fortunate enough to recognize and know that the things that I did, I just say, Lord, let me pay for them. If I am in a wheelchair, I say, Lord, surely, I say, just let me pay for my own sins. Whatever I did, let me pay for it. Whatever I got to go through, just let me deal with my sins, and don't let my sins fall on my children or my children. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all, like my son in the beginning, my grandbaby, something happened to her where she was in the hospital with her leg, and then something happened to her again, and she had a little cast on her arm, and I was like, but let me tell you, this was in the process of me and my son not talking. See, a lot of young parents don't realize that when you doing stuff to your parents and you become a mother or a father, the things that you do to your parents, that shit can fall upon your children. And now that, like me and my son, we good and stuff like that, he is a phenomenal father with his kids and stuff like that. And I told my son, I say, long as we getting along and we doing good and you respecting me, I say, God gonna always protect you and make sure he supply your every need. I said, the minute you fall out of pocket and disrespect me, that's when the enemy come attack you. And I'll be talking to my children like that. And a lot of y'all need to talk to your children about life, because the minute they disrespect us, because his words say, honor thy mother, thy father, or thy days will be long. The minute they mistreat us, even though it hurt us, but we don't have no control over God allowing them to go through or what they got to go through, even though it hurt us. What about the children that cuss their mom out? What about the children that call you all kind of names and all that, and slam the door and call you all out your name and all that? No, we don't want nothing to happen to our children. But God got to chastise them, whether we like it or not. He chastised me, y'all. He did. He chastised me for everything that I did. And that's why I be saying, I don't want nobody to be like, oh, Miss Ann, I feel so sorry for her, this and that. Miss Ann take accountability. Miss Ann taking her L. Miss Ann is transparent. And it is what it is. It is what it is. I got to carry my own cross. And a lot of y'all, the same way, Jen, a lot of people got to carry their own cross. We can't carry the cross for our children. He said to know better is to do better. And when you know better, you got to do better. We can't keep on finding and making excuses for our children. We can't be saying, oh Lord, we gonna cry and we gonna feel some type of way. But God then gave him how many chances, how many warnings? Now it's different when you got a child, it's mentally messed up. And you know your child is mentally messed up. But it starts with us. We gotta watch the people we lay down with. Because when you lay down with somebody, do you not know that man that you know was a unaliver, a jacker, a robber? Do you not know that if that's the type of man you're attracted to and that's the type of man you had children for, do you not know that's the type of child most likely you're going to have? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Do you not believe that whoever, like, if you got a daughter and you used to be undercover and you a go-getter, a hustler, whatever, 2 chances to 1 you gonna have a daughter. You might have a daughter that's out there on the street and she sleeping with somebody and she ain't even get money, but it's the opposite of what you was, but she's still doing something that you was doing. I mean, life be life, and y'all, all we could do is talk to our children and give it to them and pray and ask God to cover them with the armor and protect them. But when you keep on telling them and keep on telling them and they don't want to listen, they got to bump their head. I had to bump my head, and now I'm in a wheelchair, and there other stuff going on, but I take my L, y'all. I'm good. You gotta, whenever you out there, if you out there and you doing something out there in the world, just know that one day you're either gonna take your L, or you're gonna wind up 6 feet under, or you're gonna wind up in jail for the rest of your life. But don't never think that what you do in life unjust, you're not gonna get that back. Or you're gonna get it back. You might not want it back, but you're gonna get it back. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's why when people then stole my shoes and my clothes and all that, you have anxiety. When you didn't have somebody done stole a lot of my shoes and purses and all that, like I be going in the closet and I be saying, well, damn, where my Fenty purse at? When I go to looking for stuff, my ex then stole all of that. I be like, oh well, girl, you got to think back when you done stole stuff that it wasn't yours out them stores back then when I was younger, So I had to think about all that. Fair exchange ain't no robbery. Girl, take your lick. It is what it is. I'm just saying. I thank y'all for the likes and the views on TikTok. Thank y'all for the 18,000 likes on TikTok. Thank y'all for the 18, the 17 likes on YouTube. Thank y'all for Janice and whoever else on Facebook. And thank y'all, and whoever else in here, thank y'all anyway. But y'all, life be life. And when you live a certain way, it might not come, and you might be on the highway and something might happen. You might get a flat or blowout or something like that. Don't be like, damn, wonder why this happened. When everything happened, he told you needed 2 tires, or he told you needed 4 tires, but you chose to ride on bald head tires, and now you didn't got to blow out. Now you mad with yourself. He told you to pull over to the gas station, get some gas, but you was pushing it. Now you ran out of gas. Can't fault nobody but us, Dina. I'm just saying. What goes around comes around, most definitely, Sandra. I'm rocking with you. China Miss Ann, love you. I love you more. So y'all, guess what? A lot of things in life we don't agree with. But you either gonna be strong or you're gonna be one of the weak ones. He said he put no more on us than we could bear. And guess what, Tasha? It's all good. God got you and your son. But try to get him all the help. Tasha, all you could do is what you could do. All you could do is what you could do. And God ain't gonna put no more on you than you can bear. But at the end of the day, girl, messing with a Jamaican, I'm just saying, I'm sure it's some stuff you went through that you ain't even gonna disclose. I'm just saying, Tasha. I had one of them. I'm just saying, they ain't nothing nice. Them Jamaicans ain't nothing nice. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So to a lot of y'all, at the end of the day, we be wanting stuff, and when we get it, we realize, girl, I should have left that man where he was. I should have left her where she was. But no, right? That's what I said, Demetrius. I was telling that to Tasha over here on TikTok. Demetrius said on TikTok, she said, them Jamaicans ain't nothing nice. She said, ain't nothing to play with. I'm just saying. Because I'm sure we're going to go look up Cedric Murray, America Most Wanted. I'm just saying. But God got us, Queen. At the end of the day, keep praying for your child. Yeah, I'm from New Orleans. Keep praying for your child, Tasha. Don't give up on your child. And if it's anything that you can do for your child, just keep doing it. And I'm glad you identified and you know for sure, because your son is a beautiful young man. He is a beautiful, handsome young man. But for whatever reason, his mental capacity, that spirit come from that daddy. That spirit come from that daddy. Hey, honey. 225 here. That's what I'm saying. Baton Rouge in the building. VR in the building. So at the end of the day, Tasha, you pray for me. I'm going to pray for you. Y'all pray for me. America's Most Wanted. Y'all go look up Cedric Murray. Hey, Queens. Mm-hmm. So you got to pray over your son. Ask God to cover him with the blood, because it ain't never too late. And Queen, I ain't gonna lie, we gonna touch and agree. And me and you and my fans, we gonna pray for one another. And guess what? Your baby gonna be all right. Because guess what? If I ain't gonna lie, if some of these females will go and see your son, when I saw your son, I was like, Lord have mercy. Because at the end of the day, you got to know. But that spirit came from that daddy. That was a demonic spirit that came from that daddy. And whenever you be playing, like when your son come around or you're around him, little swinging gate, my dad, I was just talking about him. Whenever you get around your son, Tasha, and that little forehead he got, and that pretty hair that he got, just get you some little Earl, rub through his head, and pray over his head, and ask God to cover him from the crown of his head to the sole of his feet, and rebuke that demon over your child. Because you got a handsome young man. And guess what? At the end of the day, it ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm just telling you what I feel in my spirit. That spirit came from that daddy. That's the spirit he got. That's why your child is like his. It came from the daddy. Yeah, we do, Demetrius. We pray for each other. And that's what I was telling Tasha. Because at the end of the day, if y'all see her son, Tasha is on YouTube, y'all. Her son name is what's his name? Mario Clark. Y'all could go and pull his story up. He almost was unalived by the Atlanta police officer. His name is Mario Clark. As soon as you say his name on Google or YouTube, it's gonna pop up. But at the end of the day, when I looked at your son, I was like, Lord have mercy, Jesus. And I just immediately started praying. And then they was talking about how they lift him, in a helicopter and brought him to the hospital and stuff like that. And he became paralyzed and stuff like that. But I want you, Tasha, to stop feeling guilty. Don't feel guilty because you fell in love with a man that at the end of the day, I didn't fall in love with the wrong ones and all that kind of stuff there. But at the end of the day, Queen, don't feel guilty about nothing. That's your past. We all have a past. Don't feel guilty. Thank y'all, Diane. Don't feel guilty about nothing that have happened in your past. We all got a past. And it ain't too late. Maybe God wants you to draw closer to him. Maybe you need to surrender. I had to surrender and give up some stuff. And when I surrendered and gave up some stuff, it was so hard because I was so accustomed to doing all kind of stuff that I had no business doing. So once I surrendered and I gave it all to him, because people would tell you, grading. You say graded saved his life? No, Tasha. Jehovah saved his life. Jehovah saved his life. Not graded, not the hospital. Jehovah saved his life. And your prayers saved his life. Wait, hold up, y'all. So you stayed, Pam, you stayed, and I'm watching his man, hitman, Cedric. This man is serious, not to be messed with. Oh, wow. But she said they unalive him, the one named Cedric Murray. That's the one who was mentoring her son. Wow. Y'all, this is deep. It's deep. But no, Tasha, graded Yahweh. That part. Yash. I mean, you got me saying Yash. Her name is Tasha. Yahweh. Tasha, I don't want you to beat yourself up, queen. And guess what? Greater didn't save your son. Jehovah saved your son. Jehovah saved your son. And he wanted you to draw closer to him. And he wants you, John chapter 14, let not my heart be troubled, in my father's house of many mansions. He wants you to give up something. And if you give up something and you ask him to do something, you got to promise him, whatever you promise him, you're going to give up. Whatever you want him to do, he going to do it. Yes, he did. Allow it. Yes, he did. But let me tell you something. I remember when I went to jail and I learned about the Bible in jail. But I've been knowing about the Bible. But when I went to jail, I read John chapter 14. I promised God that I was going to do something. Tasha, Demetrius on TikTok, they say they praying for you on TikTok. Thank y'all on TikTok. Thank y'all for the 20,000 likes on TikTok. So I read John chapter 14. I gave up something and I made a promise. And the promise that I made, I kept it to this day. And one of the promises I made is that I didn't want to be with no more drug dealers in my life. Now, you know who was the drug dealer? The one who I almost got unalive behind. So if some of y'all missed it, God removed me from him because I made a promise. But if he wouldn't have never removed me from him, I still was sleeping with him. I was with him that Friday. I almost was unalive that Sunday. But I made a promise to Jehovah. So he made me stand on that promise. Like, you promised me you won't be with a man that's out there in that life, so I'm going to make sure you don't be with him ever again. Not long as he living that life. And he did that. So, queen, all you got to do is surrender and draw close to him. And guess what? Your baby going to be all right. Your baby going to be all right. But the sins came from the daddy. The sins came from that man that you was in love with at once upon a time. Girl, been there, done that. Been there, done that. Hey, Linda, but you gonna be all right, queen. You already all right. I'm just saying. Girl, you was around them type of people. I'm just saying, thank God you still here. Thank God your son's still here. But that man, girl, run and run fast. Come on now. I wouldn't be surprised if he wouldn't have tried to unalive and get your son unalive, talking about he was scared of him. Why would you go and get him out of jail and you claiming you scared of him? Gots to be more careful, Tasha. I'm just saying, y'all, we got to be very mindful of the men we fall in love with. Even though some of us bad girls, we want a bad boy. And you get a bad boy and you lay down and have a baby for a bad boy, just know that you might have a bad son. Y'all have two sons together? And how the other son? How your other son? Hey, Andrea. How is your other son doing? So y'all on TikTok. Sooner or later, y'all need to come to YouTube. My YouTube channel is I Am Amazed. I'm just saying. And y'all on Facebook. We wouldn't be having this problem talking about 5 people on Facebook if y'all would come to my YouTube channel and then y'all could see what Tasha talking about instead of me going telling y'all on TikTok and me telling y'all on Facebook. But I'm on TikTok telling y'all the story. I got 20,000 likes on TikTok, but at the end of the day, I got 18 likes with probably 80 or 100 and some people in here. But it's okay. But sooner or later, we gonna merge together. And I wouldn't be having to tell y'all what me and Tasha talking about. My sister, my queen, my new sister, Tasha. So guess what? We gonna touch and agree, all of us, even though we ain't touching one another. My TikTok, you mean tell you my YouTube? My YouTube is I Am Amazed. All us gonna touch and agree on this screen. We touching and agreeing. Wait, he's doing well, graduating from Georgia State University in Atlanta with a bachelor degree. Come on now. See, that's why the enemy made. The enemy can't get to that one, so he going after that one. I'm just saying. To God be the glory. I'm just saying. God cover that one from the crown of his head to the sole of his feet. To God be the glory. Tasha said the other one is about to graduate with a bachelor degree. I'm just saying, from Georgia State University. That's what I'm talking about. To God be the glory. Mm-hmm. So all us, we're going to touch and agree. We're going to pray for one another. I pray for y'all. Y'all pray for me. Because guess what? The world that we living in, all us need to pray for one another. And I ain't praying for nobody downfall. I pray that everybody get the desires of their heart feet. Everybody. I pray that everybody draw closer to Jehovah because we all need him in some type of way. I'm just saying. Somebody else on here was talking about Yahweh. That's your God. Jehovah is my God. It is what it is. I would love to be on here a little longer. So tomorrow is Friday. I am going to see my grandson on tomorrow. I will let y'all know if I'm wherever I be, I'm still gonna set it up. I'm gonna make it my business because tomorrow is Friday. Thank you. Because tomorrow is Friday. And I know a lot of people be busy. Wait, and I have a 32-year-old son who is here with me in Oh, you're in New York? Who's down? Oh, Down syndrome? That's okay, queen. Girl, you's a strong queen. No matter what you say and how you feel, you is a strong queen. And he ain't putting no more on you than you can bear. And you got a sister down here in New Orleans. I didn't adopt another sister. So I got another sister. Mm-hmm. So anyway, tomorrow, I want to go and see my grandson. And he live out of town. So that's my plans. And I'm not going to leave y'all hanging. Much love to you, Elra. I'm not going to let y'all leave y'all hanging on tomorrow. So wherever I'm at, I'm going to let y'all know where I'm at because I want to keep my word. I'll see y'all tomorrow because I told y'all I got to give myself a break. Pam said, congratulations, Tasha. I want to give myself a break on Saturday and Sunday. You stay blessed too. So I'll see y'all on tomorrow. Y'all be blessed. And y'all If y'all feel like y'all children or somebody y'all know need mental help, please get them some type of help. Or please minister and talk to them, please. Because a lot of our people is going through. I saw some girls in the military on social media, they was crying. They said the president sent them out the country. One girl said it was freezing. Somebody else said they ain't see their family in almost 2 months. We got to pray for our young people that's out of the country because of Donald Trump. I'm just saying. So y'all stay blessed. I love y'all. Thank y'all on TikTok. Thank y'all on Facebook. And I'll see y'all, Sandra. I'll see y'all, Annette. I'll see y'all, Pam. I'll see y'all, Wanda, Angel. I'll see y'all, Demetrius. I'll see y'all, Popcorn. I'll see y'all on tomorrow. Dude said, I ain't too old to be doing the do sign. Don't play no game. I am not too old to be doing the do sign. So, not last but least, but I love y'all. I'll see you on tomorrow. Tasha, I love you. Thank you for allowing me to share your story about your son and his dad. But I'm gonna get off of here and I'm gonna go. Hey Denise, hey Nat. I'm gonna get off of here and I'm gonna go look for Mr. Cedric Murray. But I'll see y'all tomorrow and y'all be blessed. All right. I love y'all. Do said.